Hello, loves, and welcome to my segment In Beds with Books. And today I have this wonderful, fantabulous, awesome book that my mom got me. Okay, guys. So I was feeling some sort of way. I don't know if all of the we're just gonna say drama of the world has been snatching your soul like it's been snatching mine. It used to be like my favorite reality show, but now it's getting kind of scary. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I realize like not everything's a joke because like I'm so unserious a lot of time, but it's getting scary. And I was expressing to my mother how I was feeling not, I don't want to say helpless because who speaks that on themselves, but I was feeling like there's not enough that I can do to help in any way, shape, or form. I always just want to see the world be a better place. Like, I know it's such a pageant response, like world peace or whatever, but no, genuinely, I create collective confidence because I think when people are confident, then they're not a-holes. And when people aren't a-holes, the world is a better place. So I was explaining this to my mother, and she did not like that I was feeling that way. So, of course, my mother, she raised me. She's about solutions, and she got me this wonderful book right here. Let me tell y'all a little something about this book. I am not as deep in it as I would like to be, but what I have read so far brought me to the point of happiness and hope and faith that I decided to pay it forward. My mom got this book from me, and I bought this book for another person that I will be giving it to soon. We the Women by Norah O'Donnell, baby. The women in this book are not to be toyed with, okay? This book has 250 years. 250 years of women in the United States of America making a difference. All the way from the Revolutionary War to things they were doing in there. There's a story of a slave woman who sued her state for her humanity, and her and this slave man were both freed because she heard a conversation of freed men, and she was like, wait a minute, what they're describing should be free, should be me. And that is one of the things that I really love about this book. A lot of times we aren't taught about, let's just go ahead and say it, minorities and the things that we were doing back then. This book is full of women from every single race that came to America or were living in America or were brought to America, that went above and beyond in a time when we couldn't vote, in a time where our husbands could beat us in the street and they basically called it a spanking, in a time where we couldn't have bank accounts. I didn't realize that it wasn't until like a couple of decades ago or so that we could actually have bank accounts. It's hard sometimes to like fathom these different eras in time because we've always had these rights. So in this book, it's like a roadmap to how we got here. And the thing that's so inspirational about it to me is these women, I just told you they didn't have no rights. They weren't taken seriously. A lot of their ideas were stolen. A lot of things that they went through, I couldn't imagine. Like, I'd be like, that's America. That's not the America that I know. You know what I mean? And no, this is America. And they fought. And they are strong. And that makes me feel like I have all of these resources. I have all of these rights. I have all of these different things working for me. How dare I sit here and feel less than or feel like I can't do something when women like this, they came through. They made it happen. Hell or high water. Some of them lost their families. Some of them lost their friends. A lot of them lost their careers, their lives. The ones that actually built careers in a system that it was almost impossible for them to do. They still fought. And that is just in a time where you couldn't just pop on the internet and rework yourself and be able to make a coin. Like, we're talking destitute times. We're talking your husband could pass away and now you're just out there desolate with your kids. You got to put your kids up for adoption type stuff. Like, what? it was, it's been a lot, and but reading it definitely put pride in me, definitely put a fire under my butt, definitely got me to stop saying what I can't do or what's not gonna happen, because the women in this book, A1. So make sure that you pick up We the Women by Norah O'Donnell. I suggest, like, this ain't just for women, okay? Men's is them nays and those, everybody, okay? Pick up this book because it's not just women's history, it's American history. And quite frankly, we need to be learning about each other. We need to know the real struggle, especially those of us who haven't experienced that sort of struggle ourselves. And let's be clear, unless you're from a country that you have no rights in, you have not experienced what the women in this book that fought for us to have these rights experience. So definitely read it, reevaluate yourself and your situation. This book is not sensationalized, which is another thing that I like. The women in this book are real, they're raw, they're flawed. You could have opinions about them all you want to, but at the end of the day, the steps that they took, the gold nuggets that they left behind, it's why I could sit in the studio today and do what I want to do, especially as a minority woman. Like, so much freedom, and I'm not going to take that for granted. I thank my mother for getting me this book. I thank Norah O'Donnell for writing this book. It has been truly eye-opening so far, and I hope that you get the book too. I'll drop a link in here to the book. It's probably going to be from Amazon, but like I said, I think that they have a website, and I know that they have an Instagram because I've tagged them in it a few times. But anyway, grab the book. My name is Daetriel, aka Lash Day, your motivation mommy. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for Daetriel, and hey, this has been the first segment of In Bed with Books. Bye.